Hi. I wanted to talk to you about fulfillment. And a lot of the times you talk about happiness and joy in the moment, and a lot of your talk just now
Before you go, we are going to hear you fully, but we're just going to stick a couple of things in. Fulfillment really is that state of non-resistance that we talked about. That state of non-resistance, which is the emotion that you just started to express. And if there is a steady state of non-resistance, then everything will fill in around that. It will feel full. It will fulfill you. But accomplishing that feeling is what is required for an ongoing state of fulfillment. Now, we'll hear you more because we know you mean some other things.
Yeah, but that's a really cool way to change the word. When I think about it, I think about accomplishment. Like the thing that I have, a big, big dream that I was given by source.
All right, so let's talk about that. Step one is your mechanism for accomplishment, because step one causes you to reason, to compare, to experience, to have exposure to life, to decide. So step one really is an accomplishment state, the beginning of accomplishment. That's where you actually do the creation. That's where you find each and every ingredient and put it there. But to really allow to really be fulfilled, now you've got to accomplish letting it be. We're going to give you a statement that we've offered for a long, long time that's going to be so much more meaningful in this moment. Whether it's an empire that you are accomplishing, or a relationship that you're accomplishing, a big pile of money that you're accomplishing, a building of magnificent structures, anything that you're accomplishing, all of it, 99.9999, just shy of a tiny little infinitesimal, indiscernible percentage, is accomplished before the first movement of the stones or the boards or the bricks or the nails or the workers. Before any of that begins to take form, most of it is accomplished because it's a vibrational accomplishment that you can't fail at. But as humans, it's good. You want this manifestation to come out here on the leading edge where it can be realized by all. You want to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. And when you stand in the midst of something that you've accomplished, it is divine. But we want it to feel divine and delicious all the way along its evolutionary track. We want you to really get it, that the joy really is in the journey. And if you could begin now, and we think you can, by accepting the accomplishment of the building of the vortex, the accomplishment, the mastery of you being willing to expose yourself to life to make choices, but then the real mastery comes in being able to line up with the choices that you've made. And the key is, Esther's been playing with this for a few weeks now. So a daydream comes, and it's so delicious, and she can't quite hold it because it's too ethereal even still. There's stuff in it that she can find and stuff that she's still not ready to receive. But there's enough of it that is beginning to take form, and over and over again, she'll be there for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 seconds, blissed out over the idea of it, and then she tries to be practical. She starts hiring people to make it happen. Dun, dun, dun. And then she feels herself losing it right away. Or she tries to fill it in some way because, thank you so much for this question, because her accomplishment is in the dream, not in the gathering of the people who will make it happen. Law of attraction accomplishes that. You see what we're getting at? If you can accept that your accomplishment is the sifting and the sorting and the deciding, and then your accomplishing is in the finding the thing that feels good and following the path of least resistance. And then your accomplishment is following the train of the thoughts, and yes, following the impulse, and yes, hiring the people. But don't want to be so practical that you get out ahead of yourself. Wait until the gestation is so evolved that It's got to be born. It's just ready to be born. You can't keep it in there any longer. It's got to be born. It'll come out where you can then enjoy the pleasure of this phase of it. Does that sort of make sense to you? What piece did you get that matters the most? It's the accomplishment of the creation of the vortex. That's what we want you specifically to focus on for a little while. We want the accomplishment of the vortex, even though you can't see the details of what those ingredients are going to mean. It would be like having a well-stocked kitchen and no cookbook.
Well, the daydream of it is the easiest part to manifest. The joy of talking about it in the air and not bringing it into the physical is super easy, and you can move it around. It can fly all over the place, and you can make it anything you want.
Then you've got this. You just said in very real terms what we want everyone to know. When it's easy as you say it is, as you mean that it is, then you've got this. Jerry wrote a paper years ago entitled, "Keep Your Ideas to Yourself Until They Are Fully Developed." And it was addressing this very fact, although he didn't know it. He did not know us when he wrote that paper. He had not evolved in his understanding of vibration and resistance and that sort of thing. But he had just seen so many people start to dream and talk about it. And then practical, well-meaning people around them would talk to them in practical terms and kill their dream. And it's not just the practical, well-meaning people around you, it's you, your practical, well-meaning self. Because you still really believe that you gotta make it happen, and usually the reason that you believe that you gotta make it happen is because you're trying to prove worthiness to someone or something. You're wanting to stand out in some way, where if you are satisfied with that dreaming state, it was like, and Esther's like this too, you were willing to experience the daydream for what it would accomplish. And we want you to accept that the daydream is the accomplishment. The daydream is the creation. If you can capture this, and then we'll take a segment of refreshment. If you can capture this, you'll be well along the way to understanding the mastery of creation. So accept that the vortex exists and that it's full of ingredients. And that these ingredients are pure positive energy, that there is no resistance within them, that there's belief in them, that there's knowing in them, and that the cooperative components among them are happening. And so it is the basis of all creation for you. Just focus there for just a little bit. And now put yourself in a place where you are so not worried about anything, so blissed out, that these ingredients can be realized by you, some little piece of it. If you can hear that your daydreams, those delicious, good-feeling daydreams, are born out of this vortex, and that every time you get one, it's a sign to you that you are non-resistant, that you are experiencing the mastery of creation. And here's the comparative word, that you have tapped into the energy that creates worlds, that there is power in that. And here it is. You don't, in that moment, try to turn that power into some practical means for yourself. You don't try to direct it right away, because it will direct you. This is a calling that you will receive. This is what inspiration is, you see. Humans don't like that because they want to lead for the reward. They want to lead for the comparison. They want to lead for the mark on the chart. But we want you to understand you already led through your step one. You led through your synthesizing of life. You led by sifting and sorting. You step one to yourself. You did all of the justifying that you ever needed to do in step one. Now it's time for you to chill and let your knowledge of your perfect worthiness take it from there.
And is there ever a time where, when you get that inspired action step,
then you'll want to act, of course. Then you want to act.
Then you go act.
Yes, indeed. What we've noticed with Esther, because she's the only one we've really been playing with in this way, in this steady, significant way, is that...
Well, I'm open to the opportunity.
Well, we're giving you everything we've got. Is that she is fighting, and that's not really the state of being that we want her to be in. But she's fighting the urge to be practical. because she so wants to jump into action. In other words, a nice man holds up a sign, hire me. So she wants to. He might suck. There's someone who says, hire me. And so sometimes somebody tuned in, felt pretty good, so they'll jump right into that. When there may be more things in the vortex, you see what we're getting at? So she's fighting the urge. She'll buy a car because the salesman wants to sell it. Felt like a good idea. The impulse was strong. So it isn't until you have allowed your vortex to really evolve and you've become familiar with what's there that you can tell when it's really time to act and when it's not. And how do you learn that? By acting and then seeing the results. But after a little while, you see, you all are resistant to the idea of good just coming to you because you already deserve it. But that's how it's supposed to work. Good is supposed to come to you because you already deserve it. But you've been comparing yourself to others, and so you want to prove your worthiness. And with every effort you make to prove your worthiness, you block the good that would come if you weren't working so hard to prove your worthiness. Your effort slows things down. Your sacrifice slows things down. So then you become maybe the best at the mediocre. Maybe you become the best of the sacrificers, or the best of the efforters, or the best of the strugglers, but there's a whole other world of abundance that you're preventing yourself from experiencing because you're not yet willing to acknowledge the goodness of who you are and the love that Source has for you and the perfection of your vortex. And you're not yet willing to allow yourself the readiness to receive from that vortex. We think this is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.